Hi, welcome back. Today we are going to cover authorization code grant type. Basically, we are going to cover OAuth 2 and the grant type is OAuth code. So this grant type is very useful. This is used in the all the various web application where we can uh, directly log in with either with Google, GitHub, or lots of Okta or other IDPs, right? We are going to see how we can integrate that with Apigee. Okay, so this is the one of most advanced and mostly used auth 2 flow. Okay, so this is the high level diagram which we can see here. So in this diagram, basically, we have this whole setup. So we call it three-legged auth. Okay. So in this three-leg, what is three-leg? So basically, one is client app, one is a PG gateway sitting in the between, and then login app. So that's why we call this three-legged. Now, to understand this as a in a high level, right? We can understand. Let's take an example of we have a web application, which is a client application, and the client application have its secret, which is of Apigee gateway. So in Apigee gateway we have already created one app and given the that client and secret to this client app. Okay, using that client secret and client ID, this client app can talk to Apigee gateway. Okay, and then in the same way this is login app. In the login app also give its own client ID and secret to Apigee gateway if required, if that is the setup, right? And then so that Apigee gateway can talk to login app. Okay, now this is the high level flow. There is a very level diagram in the Okta. It's available, I will show you that as well, but this is a high level. User initiated the authorization. Okay, let's suppose it's click on login with login app or Google. Okay, then this calls comes to Apigee gateway validate the client ID, and that's it's redirect you to the login app. Let's suppose in if you are using Google for your login, then it's a Google. So you will get a Google screen. You will put your password, you will provide, user will provide your credentials, and then you will submit. Then the Google or login app will validate from the auth server, and it goes back and give you a consent page, this is your name and profile picture, this client app is trying to access. Okay, so are you giving your consent or not? So as soon as the user given the consent, right, this call directly goes to the login app. And the login app, in the login app we need to already configure the callback endpoint so that it can do a callback to a PG gateway. So at this point here we have auth user authorized this as our uh, callback endpoint in this login app. So it provide the user information because user already given the consent here, so it provide the user information. And then this Apigee gateway will create a auth code, and then it's redirect back to client app. And then client app internally calls this tokens, and then client app get the access token, and then client app can access the resource, says whatever is secured, right? And the validation happen at this level, and then client in the client app the user can see their details. Okay, so this is our all flow. Okay, in the detail we can see when we will go to implement with the Okta. Okay, so let's see how to implement this with Okta. So here I have one very useful slide which is provided by Apigee itself, like how we can integrate Apigee with Okta. So let's see what is prerequisites. We have sign up Okta. uh, we have to create a developer account in the Okta. It is free, so you can create it easily. You need to have a eval org. Okay, so this we already have, and this tool, so as a developer you may already have all these tools. right? So we need to see how we can create a developer account. So, and this is the setup which we required. So we first need the host name from the our Apigee, and this we have to create a Okta user, we have to create a Okta app, we have to create an Okta app, and then we have to set up this callback endpoint. Okay, and then we will, and once we set up this all this callback and all, once we create that, we will get the client ID and client secret. So let's see how we can do that. So I have already created my free account. Okay, so first of all, we will follow this one. So it's saying to get the Apigee URL. So let's see where we can see that. Okay, so let's go to environments, come on environment groups, and here we can see our host name. Okay, so we got that got our host name, right? So the next step is that we have to create an Okta user and Okta app. So let's go back to Okta application. Yeah, so click on users, user management, click on user. Here just click create user, and then give your name, and you can create anything. Just put any email and password. It's not required to have a correct password, just a mock. Yeah, so here I have created my email. You can verify as well, but I don't want to do that. So this is application, and go to applications, and now click on create application. So just click on regular web application. So here if you see, we got the host name, we got the client ID, we got the client secret. So and then we have to put the callback URL here. This is a actually old Okta integration screenshot, so it's quite different from what we are able to see right now. Okay, so we got the our domain, we got the client secret, but we have to find out this callback endpoint. So let's copy this one and paste it here. But yes, we have to provide our host name, right? So we have seen from where we can get that. So this is the one. So from here we can, okay, there's an issue. Okay, so from here I can copy it and just directly post it into here. Yeah, so this will be our callback endpoint, but this endpoint is not available at the moment, so we have to create this proxy. So just click on save at for now. Okay, now let's see what's saying. So this things we have done with. Now it is saying to use this, and this basically a repository. Okay, so we are going to clone it, but we are not going to follow all this because this is pipeline.sh, and it is running and creating the app and product in backend. But we will, what we will do, we will just quickly uh, take out the API proxy from here, and we will manually upload into our uh, Apigee. Okay, and then we will create all those settings and everything, so that we know how actually the settings. Okay, so first of all, let me just take it into the, because we have to import the zip, right? Okay, yes. So we have this now, we have already cloned this one. Now let's move to this directory, paste. Okay, now actually you have to do a change, a small bit change you have to do in this proxy, that is because if you see in this proxy here, this am set pkce mode is not available under this policies. It is here. Okay, so this pipeline.sh is making this value as false and then putting it here while the deploy when we are deploying it. Okay, using the pipeline.sh, but for now we have to do it manually. So we can do like this, false, and save it, and then uh, what we can do, we can uh, either we can just create a copy of any of this, copy, paste. Okay, so now we can copy this one, control a, control c, copy, control a, control v. Just make sure that you have to change the rename this file as well. Rename it, enter. Okay, so we have this proxy now. Let's go back to this place, and we have to create a zip where this API proxy should present. Okay, so now let's write zip, create a zip, zip dash r, uh, identity packet dash v1 dot zip API proxy slash this. Okay, clear ls. Okay, so we have the our zip here. Okay, one more thing that now we can go to our Apigee portal here, and we can see we need to upload that into here. Basically we have to import that. So first let's create a dummy proxy. So we can give same name, identity packet v1, base path let it be, because it will override net anything, because we don't have we because we are not going to set up a target, and just click create. Okay, so we have our proxy ready. We have to import that version, import from our local system. So devrel references, uh, identity packet, and then this zip. Just click open and then import. So if you see this message, revision imported successfully, so hopefully this is this revision. Okay, so we have all this proxy and already whatever into that repo. So we have all authorize, endpoint, callback, endpoint token, endpoint protected endpoint. Okay, so we have all those set up. Now let's go back to this Okta and see what it is saying. So in this flow, right, if we come to this repository, and if we just scroll down, uh, this is the document which is this is the image. Basically it is a very low level diagram what the proxy is doing and how it is integrating with IDP. Okay, so if we see this proxy here, you will find that it is reading lots of KVMs. mm, KVM. Okay, so this is IDP parameters. It's IDP parameters basically means the Okta parameters like client ID, host name, client secrets, and the URIs, right? So it is we have to set up all this into the uh, into this what you call KVM, right? So we have to create a KVM because we are doing it manually, right? So let's go to environment, eval, key value maps. Okay, so I have it already here. So what I will do, I will just delete and show you how we can create it again. Okay, so I have deleted it and let's create it from beginning. So just click on create key value map and then put it here and then click create. Yeah, okay. Now uh now if you can see there is nothing inside this KVM. We have to put our entries. Let's go back to the this place. I'm just sharing you like what KVM entries we needed. So we need a lot of this IDP token name. This you can get it from here. Okay, um, from here because I have gone through the pipeline.sh. I know what are the KVMs required. Okay, so you can refer this one as well where you can see this what are the KVMs needed. Okay, so let me just tell you all those things. So this is the host name, this is the URI, this is the client ID, client secrets, jocks URI. So we have to override few of the items, basically the host names and the client ID and the secret of the IDP. So we will go to this application and we will copy this domain. Okay, so this is the domain. I'm not sure if it's changed or it's the same one. So just so this is the Okta. Please be careful. This is the Okta host. Okay, we are not getting any target host or anything as of now. So this is client ID. I will populate it later. Host name, right? 6, 7. So this will be the same. We have this endpoint now because we have imported our proxy, but we have not deployed. We'll deploy it soon. Okay. We can modify this proxy as per our need. It's not required to follow this 100%. Okay, so now let's copy this client ID. Okay, we have the client ID and client secret. Okay, so we have set up this client secret as well. Now, if you see, I am trying to see get that, but I'm getting 401 because I have to provide that token. So you have to log in and to from your console. You may need this G Cloud. So I already have. if you can see in my old videos, you will find how to install all these things and setup. So gcloud auth print access token, just copy it because I have everything into this environment. So I will quickly say go here and update this one. Okay, now let's try to get again. Okay, so I can see as of now there is nothing, but uh, if you see here, if you are new with this management API, you may need to follow this. So this is ApigeeX host. Okay, and you have to provide your project name here or in organization, and then environment. Basically we don't have lots of environments, we only have eval organization, and then you have to provide your proxy name and then entries. Okay, so I have same thing for all those, and then this is in the body to add, to get and delete you can don't need any body. Okay, so let's come back and let's try to run this whole because I have already said all the client ID and secret, so just let's run it. Okay, so the last one you will see all those are ready, and if you let's go back to the our proxies, our environment, environments, eval, value maps, and if you see here, so I have all the values here now, so you have to make sure that you will also be setting up like this. Now let's deploy the proxy. Click onto this one, deploy, deploy the revision to confirm. Meanwhile it's this is creating, we have to create developers, apps, and product. So click on developer, let it deploy. We can create the developer, so I'm just giving my name, add. Okay, so developer is created, so let's create an app. So app name mock mock apg app, callback url. Okay, so let's understand what is this callback url here. So let's suppose I am a I am an application, I want to create an application, and that app, every application have its own home page or its uh, own own callback urls, right? So for now we don't have any UI, we don't have any host names and all. So because we are going to use the mock, so if you come back to this slide and go to the next one, you will find here that client app redirect URL we can set like this. Okay, and it will give you the details of like what code we have received from here. Okay, so I'm just setting it up as of now. We will show you in action, and then just click on create, and let's create the product finally. Click create, uh, give the same name, one display name, let's Same name, space is not required. Environment is obviously we have only one environment, eval, access, public, and then operation. We have to add API proxy from here. So we can we have created this identity facade. We can put it here. Just give slash, and then methods would be get and post, because we have only two methods there, and we want to give access to both. Because get is for authorized flow and post is for the token flow. You will see later. And just click on save. Yeah. Okay, so we have all these things are ready. We have our app, we have our product, we have our proxy, everything is ready. So I will go to the proxy and I will try to show you the flow basically. And meanwhile, just keep uh, a note of this as well. So here is the token flow. Auth flow is here. Okay, so this is we have to call our auth endpoint. Okay, and we have to pass this in query as well. So we will follow this thing. Just click on next. Yeah, copy this, control C. uh, what we have to change here, basically we have to change our Apigee client ID here and the host name. So what is our host name? From the this one we already know this is our host name. Let me just copy it from my demo. C, one, control V, and then this client ID. What is our client ID? So we have to go to our Apigee console and get the client ID. So client ID is from the app which we have recently created, right? Come to this area and just click copy and then just put it here. Okay, so we have done this, but meanwhile let me also turn the debug so that we can trace what's going on. Yeah, so this is let it running, and let's go back to our browser and click enter. Consumer key missing, API product association detail, error code, key management service, consumer key missing. There is some issue. Client ID. Okay, it's saying there is some problem with the mappings. So let's see. So mock Apigee app. Okay, we have not attached any product here, right? So edit, let me try to update the product. Add product, select product. We have only one product here, and just click OK and add. So this is how we can debug as well, right? uh, Now let's go back to the setting, API proxies. I will again start this trace. Okay, let's again hit this endpoint. Okay, now you can see that when we are going to this hitting this endpoint authorize, it is redirecting us to the login page of Okta. Okay, which is in the diagram, right? In this in the diagram which we have seen in the high level diagram, there is a login app. So we have to provide the our email and the password which we have created in the Okta, basically the user which we have created, this one, this one. Okay, and the password. Before clicking on continue, I want to show you what's going in the proxy. So we have received a 302 call and this is authorized. So this is basically the very first call happen, which is authorized endpoint, and it will, if you see the status is a 302, so it's redirect you to the login page. Okay, so it's basically redirecting you to the login page here. Okay, if you go to the response content, it does 302 find and the variable is this. So it is redirecting you to this endpoint, and if you see here from the KVM, this Okta client ID is present here, right? And this is what we are going there, we are passing it. Also there is one authorized code which we are passing, which is state. Okay, in the queries you can see there is a state img us, something like this, and this is we are creating it here, generating AGZ code state. So if you see here, we are generating a code here. um, Not, maybe you will not be able to see here, but you may able to see here. Okay, so this is the code which Apigee is generating and passing it to the Okta in the state, right? Now when Okta call, it will call with this state. Okay, so let's see, let's continue. Okay, it's a multi-factor authentication. Yeah, so now here you can see, right? We are getting the code here, where it is. Yeah, code. So this is authorization code which Okta is giving to us. Okay, but in the diagram of Apigee documentation, which HLSD high level diagram I have shown there, Apigee is generating the code, but in this case, in this flow, I said, right, it's not 100% we have to implement identical, it will be a different sometimes. Okay, so this code is coming here, and if you go back to the, let me just copy this as well. Yeah, and when you go back to the proxy, you will see there is one other call, 302, and this call will be the callback call. So if I hover on to this one, if you see this is a callback request. Yeah, and you will see that the same code which we have sent is might be coming here. Yeah, if you see this is coming back here. So we can verify, we are verifying after this callback that this, whatever the code we are getting and what is the state we have sent, we are getting the same thing. Okay, so we are verifying it here as well. So this is the flow where this callback happened and we got the callback. So now after this, as we have received the auth code, and we have to do a token call now, right? So for the token call, you can use this one. So uh, token call, I have already this one. So this is the client ID, we have to pass, and we can also pass from here. Okay, so auth password, this is not correct, so I will remove this, and also this is not correct. So let's find out the client ID and secrets. So I will just click app. Let me try to open link in new tab. Mock Apigee app. So now the application in the high level diagram which you have seen here, right? So this is what we are going to do. We have got the code, and now we are going to do auth token call. Okay, so let's see. Let me copy this one, copy and paste password, copy and paste. Okay, one more thing that I need also to pass into the query parameters. And you may think like, how I know what this is what we have to do, right? So I will show you how I'm doing this. We Okay, save. So if you go to this, leave it as it is, and if you go to this documentation, this one, you'll find that what we have to do for this token generation. If you scroll to the right, you will find out this is what I'm doing. I'm passing this client ID here. So basically I'm trying to create this from the postman. Okay, so as soon as click on this one token, because I have set up all this thing, but I have to set the code as well, right? So in the body, if you see, the code is here, and the grant type is authorization code, which we want to do, and the redirect URI should be same as what we have saved in the application, so that it can verify. Now code, we have got a new code, right? Where it is, sorry, yeah, this one. So let's copy this one. Uh, Come to this postman and then paste it here. Okay, now click on send. So this call has failed. Let's see in the app if it is running, it may show. Yeah, so this is 500, we can see here. Let's try to understand what's broke this flow. So SCIDP token, and so somehow we get 401 from this OAuth. Okay, and let's see what we are passing. We are passing the right thing, this current endpoint and request header. Maybe I have it wasted too much time, right? So let's do it again. So let's go back to the same flow. Go. um, Authorize and one, this is the what we have created, client ID. This time I'm just trying to not take time and just trying to do it early token and then pre-authorize. Yeah, let's copy this one and let's go here and let's click enter. So this time I am not asked to put the username and password. Click on authorize and let me just copy this first. Command C and let me just paste into this token. So go to the body, this one, and then click send. Is it something else which is causing the issue? Hmm, maybe the KVM is wrong. Let me see what's wrong, what's going wrong here. So am build IDP request and we are creating this one of an ID callback. Okay, so this is our Okta. Is it correct? Copy, let's see. Yeah, it's validating the same thing. Let's see what is the secret. B. Okay, so I thought that this dash gid is extra. Okay, and I have removed it from the KVM. So that's the problem. I have to delete it and create it again. Okay, so where is that client secret, right? So client ID, this secret. I have to delete this secret. So let's see how to delete this one. Git kvm, I will go to this git kvm and I will just write like entry slash this and then this make it to delete. Okay, so it's got deleted and then I will go back to this place and I will just write this. Let me just copy paste instead. Copy, paste. Yeah, and send. Okay, so if I do the token call now, will it will be successful? Yeah. Okay, so here we have received our token, the authorization. Basically we have got this refresh token, we have got this access token here. So this access token and refresh token now this time generated by Apigee. Okay, and we can use the same access token to do our resource call. So control V and then send. See, now you can see the user details. So because this is what we have mocked, but in the real case you will show your application or whatever you want to do, right? Because you already got the details of the user. So this what this auth 2 provides, the auth 2 provides you that you don't need to log in and provide the password for in all the application. You don't need to remember, you just use a Google or your Gmail uh, for all the application and you can log in through, and then other application if they are integrated with that, then there is no problem. Okay, so this is what our all flow looks like. Let me just show you at once. um, yeah, so what I will do, I will just let me just do one thing, let me just to run a one more flow where I will not I will just see the all calls coming to this session. Okay, so I'm just starting it again. This time I will run the flow from the beginning like this auth call. So we, instead of looking into this diagram, better to look into this diagram which is here, right? So the first is call is protected call. So if you directly call the product protected one, it will be fail because you don't have the access token as of now. So first we have to call this authorize from the client app, and then subsequently you can call callback. Callback will come from IDP, and then you will call this use protected resource after the token call. Okay, so now let's just copy this one token, command A, command C, command V, enter. Some mistake again. A, command C, not found. What I'm doing, oh sorry, authorize. So we have to do this authorize call. Just click on accept, just copy this token, which is not the token, which is basically the code, authorization code, which we have received from the IDP. Paste it here and then paste it into the token call. Go to body, paste it here and just click send. You will receive 200. Use this access token and that try to access the protected resource. Send. Okay, so now if I go back to the trace, so I was giving the wrong URL, so it started from here. So the first call is for uh, authorize, the second call is callback, the third call is token, and the fourth call is protected. So this is how you can implement and integrate with Okta. So thanks for watching.